snips, and my fish and chips, my earlesses, and my duchesses, and my princesses, and my mistresses, scoundrels, scallywags, and politicos. Gather, for I have news of great importance for your ears. On behalf of Mayor Bill the Iron Man Steele and the City Council of our fair city, it is my pleasure to welcome all ye all here today. 200 years ago, we are standing. Sugarloaf was a small but thriving village. Flash ahead, and we see the most modern ships of the high seas and bulk carriers that ply our waters during the season of big boats. The canal is the reason for Port Colborne's creation, was a source of commerce for its growth, and continues to be the mainstay of our culture, economy, and community image. As we welcome the newest vessels with the highest degree of technology and safety, let us remember and celebrate those who went out on the blue water with considerably more risk and less hope of returning back to port safely. By the powers invested in me as town crier, I declare today, blessing of the fleet. Long live Canada, long live the Welland Canal, and long live Port Colborne. Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Big hand for our town crier, Tom Picard. Thank you, Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of the City of Port Colborne, I welcome each and every one of you to the City of Port Colborne's 2022 Top Hat Ceremony. It's so good to see everybody gathered again. We're not virtual, which is a great thing. We're coming out of this pandemic better than ever, quite frankly, and it's good to see all your smiling faces today. We truly appreciate your attendance here this morning, whether in person or some may be viewing online. I'd like to thank our parks crew for arriving early this morning to hang our rain shelter and get the fire going. I think it's keeping a lot of people warm. Unfortunately, it's not quite spring yet here in Port Colborne, but as I've always said, even when it's raining, it's sunny in Port Colborne. I'd also like to express my appreciation to our hardworking individuals from the city's Fair Trade Committee who brought us some great hot beverages this morning, the coffee and the best hot chocolate I've ever had. It is. I may be 60, but I'm about 12 when I drink that. So. To our public library, who have created the celebratory buttons in honor of today's Top Hat ceremony. If you've not received yours yet, look for our staff from the library. They're in and around the room here today. They also have included pamphlets with the history of Port Colborne's Top Hat and titles you can check out at our Port Colborne Library and learn more about the Welland Canal. Before I call on our singer for Canada, I just want to recognize Mayor Maloney. John, thank you for coming today. And at this time, I'd like to call on Geneviève René Bisson, joining us from the Royal Canadian Naval Association to lead us in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patron love, in all us was command, qu'un ton bras et votre
ask Reverend Jody Bolland to come forward to provide the Mariner's blessing for the 2022 shipping season.
Good morning, everyone. May the waters that are traveled beyond be smooth. May the winds that cover them be filled with the spirit of grace and love. May the sun and the moon always be the light of one's way. And may the blessing of our Lord protect all those who travel these waters and keep them safe. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Bell. At this time, I'd like to introduce our dignitaries who will come up and say a few words. On behalf of MP Vance Badaway, his constituency assistant, Gail Todd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, and also Mr. Mayor, and Mr. Haynes representing the province, and Barbara Waters representing the region, and all distinguished guests. Thank you very much. Great to be here representing Mr. Badaway, who's in Ottawa, solving all of our federal problems. So on behalf of Mr. Badaway and the federal government of Canada, we welcome the Captain Wilson Waters, represented by Jesse Vickers from the CSL Tadoussac, and his crew, the first vessel of the 2022 shipping season. As a former ship chandler in Port Colborne, Mr. Badaway is very well aware of the importance of our shipping industry, and he continues to work to develop the economic benefits of having the Welland Canal here in Port Colborne and in Niagara, and to protect our Great Lakes for future generations. For the rest of us, it's wait for the bridge season. Congratulations, Captain and crew. May the wind always be at your back. Thank you.
Thanks, Gail. Representing our MPP, Jeff Birch, his constituency assistant, Mike Haynes.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Mike.
Pleased to be here on behalf of Jeff, who was at Queen's Park. Good to see John who's here. I haven't seen John in a while. And yes, the hot chocolate is just to die for. I'm amazed at the crowds we get here despite the weather, whatever. It's just amazing. I was actually talking to a lady over here. She's right there with her two kids. And I said, like, are you from Port Colborne? And she said, no, we actually came down from Oakville because my two boys wanted to see the ship coming in. They know everything there is to know about the Welland Canal. Like, I mean, how great is that? So Jeff was in the legislature on Tuesday and he did make a statement. So I'm going to read that. An important tradition takes place in Port Colborne today and celebrates the annual opening of the Welland Canal and kicks off the 64th navigation season of the St. Lawrence Seaway. This year also marks the 90th anniversary of the opening of the 43-kilometer Welland Canal, which opened in August of 1932. Construction on the fourth and current canal began in 1913, but work was put on hold from 1916 to 1919 due to a shortage of workers during World War I. I also want to thank, of course, the Port Colborne Trade Committee, and I also want to commend the work the mayor does and the community in the marine industry and how important it is. We have the Pocomar here in Port Colborne with its dedicated volunteers, which have been around since 1998, preserving property in the waters surrounding Port Colborne. There's another page here. And well, I think as Gail alluded to, many drivers in Niagara will be irritated by the bridge delays in the coming weeks. They should also consider the economic benefits and the jobs that the Welland Canal brings to Port Colborne, Welland, Niagara-on-the-Lake, and St. Catharines. It's estimated that 3,300 ships pass through the canal annually. Last year we saw more than 38 million tons of cargo shipped. That was nearly a 1% increase over 2020. The Top Hat ceremony gives us an opportunity to recognize the importance of the Welland Canal and just how much it means to us and many employed locally and in different businesses in the marine industry. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Mike. This time I'd like to call our regional councillor, Barbara Butters, up. Thanks, Babs.
Thanks, Bill. As always, it's wonderful to be here. Good morning, Port Colborne. Is this like a great day or what? Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity to bring a message from Chair Bradley and the Regional Municipality of Niagara. On behalf of Regional Council and Chair Bradley, I'm pleased to join you this morning as we celebrate the St. Lawrence Seaway's 64th navigation season opening in Niagara. Since the early 1970s, community leaders and the marine industry here in Port Colborne have gathered to celebrate the start of the annual shipping season by presenting the captain of the First Downbound Vessel with the ceremonial top hat. This tradition holds a special place for those of us who live in canal-side communities, as we know the significant role that the Welland Canal has played in shaping our history and our heritage. However, while today we celebrate the start of another navigation season, one that saw more than 38 million tons of cargo travel through the Seaway system in 2021, we must recognize that the Welland Canal is more than simply a transportation network for bulk cargo. The Welland Canal is part of North America's green transportation corridor. The ships that travel through this waterway represent the most fuel efficient and carbon friendly way to move goods. One ship equals 301 rail cars, equaling 963 semi-trucks. Isn't that amazing? And when one looks at the importance of the canal to Niagara's economy, we see that not only does the Welland Canal connect Niagara's businesses to ports throughout the Great Lakes and the Atlantic Ocean, but it also supports the activities of over 50 businesses, more than 2,400 jobs, and hundreds of millions of dollars in business revenue in Niagara. Thank you for coming out this morning to help celebrate that what we will all expect to be another successful navigation season for the St. Lawrence Seaway and the Welland Canal. Godspeed to the captains and the crews. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Councillor. Our top hat ceremony is about our community within the Niagara region, coming together to welcome the first downbound vessel to enter the Welland Canal. This kicks off the shipping season and our commitment to the marine industry, as well as our appreciation for the industry's contribution to our overall economy. Port Colborne was founded as an important sailing port and then the gateway to navigation when the Welland Canal was built and dissected our city. Thank you. Such an efficient staff. The Welland Canal is the forefront of Niagara's transportation infrastructure. Going forward, we want Port Colborne to remain an important location within the Seaway where marine-related businesses can flourish. Through strong partnerships with those in the marine industry, we continue to create opportunities for marine-related development within the Seaway trade corridor and our city of Port Colborne. We recently joined other Ontario cities and towns and key stakeholder groups, including the Chamber of Marine Commerce, in recommending through a pre-budget submission that the province create an Ontario Marine Transportation Strategy and establish an Ontario Marine Secretariat to develop policy and funding framework. Having a provincial strategy and capital funding would support marine issues important to the city of Port Colborne, including port rehabilitation, flood mitigation, shoreline erosion, waterfront redevelopment, the city's cruise ships initiative, the economic, tourism, and cultural significance of the city's port, the importance of the industrial marine sector, and we also recommended that any marine strategy should promote more partnerships and integration with rail and road transportation networks as part of an overall goods movement strategy. Great Lakes cruising has emerged as one of the most popular cruising destinations in the world, and Port Colborne is well positioned to capitalize on this as we embark on a cruise ship initiative that will enhance our port waterfront with a new waterfront center. At a presentation to Council this past Tuesday, we saw a visionary look into the future of Port Colborne's waterfront and existing possibilities for the Marina District. The City of Port Colborne takes seriously our responsibility to work with the marine industry to enable them to move their goods through the marine system in an efficient and economical manner. And the marine industry supports the city as well. Right here in Port Colborne, there were 6 vessels docked along our canal wall this winter, which supports our local businesses like Allied Marine, West Pier Marine, Medina Supply, Smith Industrial, Lockheed Equipment, local lumber yards, pallet yards, and more. Approximately 50 additional personnel were brought to Port Colborne to work on 6 vessels, and they required local accommodations and amenities. And don't forget, this year, we're also excited to have the return on our signature event, our Marine Heritage Canal Days. So mark your calendars and be sure to join us on July the 29th to August the 1st. Stay tuned for more details as they're announced. Our good friend Luke Rose here, who is championing our Canal Days preparations and all the stuff going into it. If you have any questions, go talk to Luke. He's the man of all in the know. Give us a wave, Luke. There he is. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Sorry. At this time, can I call on Jeff Bolland, Supervisor of Canal Operations from the St. Lawrence Seaway Management Corporation.
Hi, good morning, everybody. As the mayor indicated, I'm a shift supervisor here at the Welland Canal. It's my team and myself that's responsible for operating our bridges and our locks, as you can see behind us here. It's an honor to be here today for the top hat ceremony, not only because I work at the Seaway, but I also live in Port Colborne, so I do feel your pain about the bridges. My best advice on that regard is to take the first bridge that you see that's down. Don't take a chance to go to the next bridge. It's true. First thing I learned when I moved to Port Colborne. A couple facts about the Seaway. The Seaway was established in 1959, as we know it today at least. A lot of our infrastructure, of course, is a lot older than that and requires constant repair and upgrade. Since 1959, over 3 billion tons of cargo have come through the canal. That has an economic value of over $400 billion. Quite a staggering number, and quite an incredible thing to think that a small town on the south shore of Niagara like Port Colborne has such a global impact. Vessels that have come through the canal through Lock 8 here have reached ports and destinations over 50 countries around the world. So it just shows you the interconnectivity between us and the rest of the world. I'll finish off my remarks by just wishing the captain safe travels this year and all mariners, and we look forward to having a great year. Thank you.
See, everybody lives in Port Colborne. So this time, I'd like to introduce Captain Wilson Walters on behalf of Canada Steamship Alliance. We'll come up and say a few words.
Okay, guys, I'm going to make this short. I will say thank you for everyone for coming out. And I too live in the Welland Canal area and curse the bridges every time when I'm off the boat, I have to go through a bridge and I got to wait 20 minutes. So yes, I understand your pain. So even Captain can understand the pain of the people trying to go through a bridge. I would like to say thank you to everyone for coming out on behalf of Canada Steamship Line, the captain and the crew of the CSL Tadoussac. And hopefully this year will be another good year for Port Colborne, the Welland Canal, and the shipping industry. I heard a lady speak about the trucks we take off the road and the trains we take off the road. Well, this year we're going to do it even better because CSL will have some of their boats running on B100 biofuel. This is going to be great for decarbonization on the Great Lakes. We're going to save the environment one ship at a time. So this is a good thing for everyone and a great thing for CSL. So this year we'll be running some of our boats on biofuel, and that's perfectly good energy. And the last part of my speech is more toward young people. If you're looking for something to do and a career to start, and you're not sure what you want to do, the shipping industry is a great industry. We have really good pay, we have benefits, pensions, medicals, and we have a good schedule of time on, time off. So if you're trying to figure out what to do with your life and you're not sure, look into the marine industry. It's a great industry now. It's not like the old days when I started and you had to work 8 months at a time. Now people are working, 4.5 months. Some are, me this year, I'm working only 3. There's people working, 6 if they choose. But you can choose your life now. So this is a great industry to start in, not like the old days. So I would highly recommend anyone trying to decide, what do I want to do with my future, or starting a second career. This is a great future for people, Great Lakes. And thanks everyone for coming out. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Captain Walters. And you get to cruise every day. Think of that. Remember not cruising your parents, it's just like that. No water parks though on the ships. So I'd like to personally welcome Captain Jesse Vickers of the CSL Tadoussac, right behind us. Unfortunately, Captain Vickers couldn't be with us today. So what we're going to do at this time, we're going to call up Tammy Nail, our new assistant curator of the museum, and she'll provide a brief description of our top hat, and then we'll do our presentation. Hey.
I'm excited to join you in my role as assistant curator at the opening of the Welland Canal for its 64th navigation season. Our top hat is stored with over 21,542 artifacts in the Captain Sharp Heritage Resource Center on the grounds of the museum, and comes out every year to celebrate the significant role the Welland Canal plays in both our history and our present. A museum board and staff join the citizens of Port Colborne and dignitaries in wishing all who sail those waters a safe and prosperous year. For those of you who are interested in viewing images of the earlier canals, visit our online exhibit on the Welland Canals on the museum website.
That's the original hat. Presentation on the original. So we want to do this top hat.
Do you want the top hat first?
So at this time, we actually have our official top hat that we actually present to the captain. So on behalf of Captain Vickers, we're going to present this to Captain Walters to present to Captain Vickers. Also, we have our plaque, which is presented to MV CSL Tadoussac on behalf of the City Council and all the citizens of the City of Port Colborne. We welcome you as the first downbound vessel to enter the Welland Canal for the 2022 shipping season. Port Colborne, Ontario side, William C. Steele, Mayor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's official. The canal is now open. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. We still have lots of goodies over here too.